The next question goes to the representative from the Urdu press, Mr. S.M. Asif, please.
आपसे मेरा सवाल है कि सच्चर कमेटी की रिपोर्ट पर जब मैनिफेस्टो आपका आया था तो आपने कहा था हम लागू करेंगे। आपने इन 5 सालों में बहुत सारी स्कीम माइनॉरिटीज़ के लिए दी, लेकिन ये क्या वजह है कि ये माइनॉरिटी की स्कीम आवाम तक नहीं पहुंच पाती है?
हमने सच्चर कमेटी की सिफारिशों को लागू करने में काफ़ी काम किया है और मुझे दुख से कहना पड़ता है कि ये तमाम आवाम तक नहीं पहुंच सका। ये भी ठीक है कि कुछ ऐसी बातें हैं जो अभी करनी बाकी हैं, कुछ कोर्ट्स में पड़ी हैं, कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स आई हैं जिसकी वजह से और चीज़ें को लागू नहीं किया जा सका। लेकिन जहाँ तक हमारे गवर्नमेंट का ताल्लुक है, scholarships for minorities have gone up tremendously. Maulana Azad fellowships have increased substantially, and the program for multidisciplinary approaches to minority concentrated districts in 90 districts of our country have been put in place. So enough has been done, but I would be the last person to say that there is no scope for doing more.
The next question goes to the Honorable Representative of the Dainik Jagran newspaper, Mr. Rajkishore. Right there, please.
प्रधानमंत्री जी नमस्कार, मैं राजकिशोर हूं दैनिक जागरण से। मेरा प्रश्न है, पिछले 10 वर्षों में आप पर सबसे ज़्यादा चुप रहने के आरोप लगे हैं। कांग्रेस पार्टी में भी ये कहा जाता रहा कि आप सही समय पर राजनीतिक जवाब नहीं देते हैं। आपको ऐसी क्या थी जो रोके रही 10 वर्षों में, और ऐसी कोई कमी आपको लगती कि किसी वक्त पर आपको बोलना था और आप वहाँ पर नहीं बोल सके?
जहाँ तक बोलने का सवाल है, जब भी ज़रूरत पड़ी है पार्टी फोरम में मैं ज़रूर बोलता रहा हूँ और आगे भी बोलता रहूँगा।
The next question goes to the representative from the Hindustan Times, Mr. Subhodro Chatterjee. If I get the name correctly, right there, please.
Sir, this is Subhodro Chatterjee from Hindustan Times. Sir, with the elections due in barely 4 months, are you still hopeful about pushing some more reforms agenda? And if so, sir, what will be your priorities?
Well, reform is not an event, it is a process. And therefore, so long as we are in power, we will continue to push the cause of reform wherever there is scope for it, and if the circumstances permit to go forward.
The next question goes to the Honorable Representative of the Times Now, Navika Kumar, please.
Sir, I'm Navika Kumar from Times Now, and my question to you is again related to corruption. You, time and again, every year, have written to your ministers to write down and submit to your office all their business interests so that decisions taken by them can be transparent. Now we see a similar example happening in a Congress-ruled state in Himachal Pradesh. Veerbhadra Singh sitting in cabinet meetings deciding on issues that are related to a company when his family and he himself have business involvement with that company. Do you think that's proper?
I'm sorry, I'm not able to comment on what you are referring to happening in Himachal Pradesh. I have seen some newspapers reports. I've also received a letter on 29th of December by Shri Arun Jaitley, but I haven't had the time to apply my mind to it about what is the truth in these allegations.
Next question goes to the representative of NDTV Hindi, Mr. Himanshu Shekhar, please. Yeah, well, we will.
Prime Minister, sir, I had the privilege to attend your first press conference after you became the Prime Minister. At that time, all of us had this perception that Manmohan Singh has a very clean image, a very non-political person has become the Prime Minister, an economist has become the Prime Minister with a good proven track record. 9.5 years later, how do you think an Aam Aadmi now perceives you as a politician, as a Prime Minister?
Well, I am the same person as I was 9 years ago. There has been no change. I say it with all sincerity that I have tried to serve this country with utmost dedication and commitment and with utmost integrity. I have never used my office to enrich or to reward my friends or my relatives.
The next question goes to the representative from the Washington Post. Rama Lakshmi, please.
Mr. Prime Minister, I would like to ask you about the state of India-US relations now. This has been a big agenda in UPA-1 with the nuclear deal. But now, as your term comes to an end, it looks like it has hit rock bottom again. Would you like to comment on that?
Well, our government attaches highest priority to strengthening the strategic partnership between our two countries. There have been recently some hiccups, but I sincerely believe that these are temporary aberration, and diplomacy should be given a chance to resolve these issues that have arisen.
Next question goes to the representative from the DY 365, Rama Sarma. Please.
Thank you, sir. So my question is that difficult terrain is become a very common region by those government implementation, project implementation agency in the northeast, whether it is the border incomplete Indo-Bangladesh border issue or incomplete Silchar Lamding Board Conference railway project. So what is the things that do you feel, your government has ever tried to overcome this difficult terrain issue?
I have not understood it.
Difficult terrain is always a common phrase for the government project implementation agency in the northeast.
So what she's saying
terrain,
is
yeah.
that, the difficult terrain.
Whether it is incomplete border issue,
last mile.
Well,
incomplete fencing of the border issue.
Well, that's very true. I mean, if you're talking about fencing of the border.
Yeah, and the incomplete other project also in the Assam and Northeast.
I think fencing and some of these other projects have been facing some difficulties because of difficulties of terrain. There is no doubt about that.
So can I ask one more question regarding the animals distincts, rhino killings, sir? It is very important for us. So rhino killings has become rampant in Assam. Assam government raised forest guard, forest battalion to stop this, but still it is going on. Do you feel central government should step in to protect rhino?
Rhino is a national asset. Every effort should be made and will be made to protect this precious animal.